Hello, Goddess. This is Andrea with You Are Mind, Body, Soul. And in this space, this temple, I guide goddesses to bridge the mind, body, and soul through psychosomatic education, consciousness reconditioning, as well as alchemy and energetics. Welcome, welcome. This is a special video that I had promised before I went on vacation back in December, a Mount Shasta meditation video. My apologies for this taking so long. It has just been a lot transitioning back into Connecticut. And I came back, I performed, went straight back to work, started, continued to work on wrapping up some projects that I'm launching early 2024. So it has just evaded me having the time to come and make this video. But here we are together. And what I just want to do is share a bit with you some of the transmissions that I received from this trip. And I'm also going to compile this into those transmissions into a meditation. So I found this trip over to the West Coast, the Northwest Coast, to be so transformational. It's like when I went over there, my intentions were to ground and to be rooted and to solidify a lot of the ancestral work that I have been doing over the years of my life. My inner work has, over the last decade since I started, has really put a focus on for me, releasing ancestral chains and, reactivating some of the spiritual codes, the genetic codes that I have been given. And so my intentions were for that to be kind of like signed, sealed, and delivered. So it was a pilgrimage of sorts. It actually took me 4 flights to get over to to the West Coast. It took a minute. It was like 17 hours of travel, which, to be honest with you, when I first found out that I was going on this trip, I didn't really totally process, like, as I was booking the flight, that it was a 17-hour flight. So I found that funny because as I'm like printing out, the trip itinerary, the flight itinerary, I'm like, okay, this is like 4 flights. Because, initially I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. So it definitely had, like, thick pilgrimage energy on it, right? And this trip was just so special to me because it was not something that I put intentions in to manifesting this year. This was actually a old intention that I started when I did my very first dream board back in 2017. I think it was, no, 2016. I did my first vision board. I printed it out. I put it on my wall. And one of the things that I have on there is to travel to all of the chakras of the world. Okay. And this is the root chakra of the planet. Another really cool thing that I had on that board was performing for a Black Girls Poll. And, I did that many years ago, probably like 5 years ago. So, like, these were some of the things that were on this vision board. And I knew that I was going to start traveling to the chakras of the planet, but I didn't know it was going to happen as fast as it did. So, I say all that to say, when you are working on manifesting something and drawing something in, you don't want to get hung up on the how it is going to happen. You just want to take a moment of vibrational recognition and alignment to the fact that this is something that you are being divinely inspired to do, and have that conversation with God. I like to have that conversation, okay, and just say, I'm grateful for however this shows up for me. Because one of the things that I'm definitely practicing more than ever in my life is to be divinely surrendered and to be divinely guided. So when we want to manifest something, it is all about giving life the time and the space to provide us with that because I did not think that I was going to be taking this trip as soon as I was. So I was pleasantly surprised. So I took a pilgrimage. The flights were, everything was, everything ran smoothly with the flights. I was able to get a little bit of rest. And when I got over there, we had scheduled a meditation on the mountain. So in this meditation, I did not realize like when it was booked that it was going to be like deep, like wild woman medicinal stuff. So for me, I don't talk about this aspect a lot, but I have a lot of wise woman, wild woman, feminine activations. And if you want to understand more of what I'm talking about, read the book Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's one of my Bibles. So I always have like that deep understanding and connection with nature. And so when I went over there, we were actually led on a tour by this woman who was very attuned with the indigenous culture of the land. So she had studied with them, she worked with them, she has friends that works with them. So like my Native American heritage was coming back through this person that led this pilgrimage up the mountain. And for me, it was just so inspiring. It struck up this memory, of everything that has supported me and nurtured me to this point. My life coaching certification, I went through an entire year internship with a wise woman. So a lot of the ways that I see life and relate to life, come from this wild woman witching sort of vibration. So it was very refreshing to go out into this retreat fully surrendered. I asked God to give me everything that it was I needed to receive. I set my intentions and then I was just open to receiving. And it just felt so amazing to be so held in such a thorough and deep way. The work that we did was just so powerful, and it went in layers. So it started off with a meditation. We worked with the water that ran through the mountain. I actually got to drink the water that came through the foot of the mountain. Okay. I believe it's called the mountain head or trailhead waters. If anyone is from Northern Cali, please comment in the section. And also please remember to like, share, and subscribe this video to this channel if you enjoy this content. So I actually got to drink the waters, which were very healing and very clean and very pure. And what I learned about the water that comes through Mount Shasta is that it actually runs all the way from the northern point of the United States and it flows all the way down into the south. And so that same water nourishes the land all the way from the north through the south. And I was able to drink lots and lots of this water while I was there on this trip. So that was beautiful and that was amazing. That was one stage of the trip. And then the following stage was just like this purifying, cleansing process where we actually hiked in snowshoes up the mountain in snow. So being surrounded with all of this pure white energy was just so incredibly purifying. In the air, the oxygen is clean. After we walked through trails and we got to see animal prints, and it was just so sacred and it was so wild and nourishing. And when this was the first day of the trip, and everything after that first day, everyone that I met just felt so sent for me. I received messages that I needed to receive during this trip. I had questions regarding some changes that were rapidly happening in my reality. And, kind of like small tower moments that were occurring right before I left. And it was like, before I left, I'll be honest with you, it was like one foundation was crumbling and then like down here coming up from underneath me, and then over here it was God saying like, this is where I now want to bring you to, right? So I was in this liminal space in between these 2 points, and I still am, because now, I'm upgrading and I'm shifting into that new identity like I always talk about in these videos. And one of the things I really have been emphasizing this year, and you'll see as these videos start to drop here, for this first portion of the year. So it's like I was in this liminal space of, really realizing that I can no longer hold on to the old identity of who I was when I left. And as I was out here in this liminal space, I took this trip and I ran across so many people that were just of this new vibration. And I got so much confirmation and, just so many activations from being on the actual mountain. And so, what I want to do is just share a meditation with you today as I go through this journey, because on this channel, you guys are so important to me and it means so much to me. Like I always say, that I'm able to be here and that I'm able to share this space with you, because this is when I feel like I'm able to be my most authentic self, aside from when I'm with, in communities of women. And so, this trip was just so important because I do want to hold, and I am going to be holding retreats for women, because it's so important to actually get up and leave home and go into these spaces where you can be held and where you can be nurtured, and where you are able to take yourself and uproot yourself from a familiar vibration. Familiarity breeds mediocrity oftentimes. And when we're tuning into our goddess vibration, sometimes we need to be plucked out of this familiar vibration and pattern and be shifted and placed into something that is a higher vibration, so that you can then take it back. So it was just really beautiful that I was able to do that, and just kind of feel and absorb the power of what I know that Spirit wants me to share in the form of retreats and traveling to new spaces and places with women. So stay tuned to the channel and stay plugged into the Goddess Mystery Academy, because I do have some exciting things coming up in the future for us. So without further ado, let's get into this meditation. Find a comfortable space where you can put your feet on the ground. Or if you are like sitting on a couch or somewhere comfortable, you can come into Indian style and just cross your legs that way. But whatever you want, whatever you're doing, you want your spine to be nice and erect and upright. And I'm going to close my eyes for this meditation with you so that I can take you into this transmission. So we're just taking some deep breaths through the core of our body, through the center, at a natural rate, just relaxing ourselves. Relaxing ourselves from the top of the crown, down the forehead, the nose and the lips. Relaxing the throat, relaxing the heart, the shoulders, the back, relaxing your belly, relaxing your womb, relaxing your creative space in your hips, your thighs, your knees, breathing, relaxing energy. Letting that energy trickle down your legs and out through your feet. Just a wave of calmness. And we are now drifting. We're being transported to Mount Shasta. So you may see yourself being carried, you may see yourself flying. You may see yourself teleport, that we're going over to Mount Shasta. And as we get closer, we see the mountain head coming into view. And she's covered in snow right now during this season. So we see the clouds covering her, and we find ourselves over on the mountain. And just make yourself comfortable on her. And notice that you start to feel this hug, this blanket of support that she covers you with, where you are secure and you are supported and you are stable. And it is a comfortable stability that just hugs you and it holds you. And despite the mountain being covered in snow, you are just warm and you are comfortable and you are embraced in her ancient stability. And we give gratitude for this. And now we see ourselves being covered by a ball of violet light. Deep violet light now comes to surround us in an orb, covering us. And this light wants to be invited in if you are ready to receive this violet flame energy. And then it starts to come in through your pores and it starts to wash you and it fills your essence with the vibration of the violet flame. And just let that energy flow through you and activate you. Feeling it transmute any old stagnant energy that needs to be released, any old vibrations of the previous year or of previous patterns and things that we are devoted to releasing. Or maybe there's something new that's being brought up to be released. Let that flame go ahead and transmute and burn it away. Now you have this activation, this violet flame activation within you. Then we're going to take a deep breath in, back into our normal bodies, our upgraded bodies, because what is normal anyway? And now we feel the crown of our centers opening, right at the top of our crown, our head opening, as if you were a funnel being ready to be poured into from the top of your head. And you're going to take some deep breaths. Just allow the center of your spine, that portal, that rainbow ridge, to slowly open, that rainbow bridge. Feeling your centers open and align. The natural healing alignment of your spinal chakra system, aligning from the top of your head down through the skull, the back of the neck, down the upper back, the lower back, and out through the sacrum, out through your feet. This portal is naturally aligning itself through this transmission. And then from here, we have a beautiful, thick bolus ball of white light that just starts to pour through us from the crown and wash our energy centers, moving and trickling or flowing from top to bottom. Let that energy fill you up. Absorb it. Let it cleanse you. And once that white light makes its funnel through you, through your centers, all the way down your rainbow bridge, you're now going to feel yourself as a crystalline form. You are now crystal. So you are yourself, but imagine that your energy is actually crystalline and you shimmer and you shine. And as you shimmer and you shine, you start to feel this golden light, sparkling, deep, rich golden light start to come through your root chakra, filling you up from the root of your body through your feet and your toes and your calves and your knees, filling your vibration up with that 4 karat gold energy, 100 karat ancient gold, pure gold energy, just filling you up, making you fabulous. So good. Let it fill you up, up and up and up. And when you feel full, you just sit there in the protection of the mountain, which is covered by clouds. She has a mystery about her. It's definitely a she because she is mysterious. There's so many mysteries on this mountain. And maybe while we are here, there is some secret or a mystery that she unveils for you. Or maybe there is an answer or a solution to something that you seek. You can ask her for that. And the answers may come immediately or they may come over time. But she is shifting your vibration to one that is bringing you into higher alignments with the ultimate version of yourself, the unencumbered version of yourself, the most rich, fabulous, authentic, genuine, high vibe version of yourself. And you are so full that you know that you will come back and pour from your overflow. And just sit in her embrace for a few more moments, letting that medicine do its work. Oh, feels so good. I don't want to unplug. I could stay here forever. And then we have our activations. We have everything we need. Pause the video if you like. Sit with that energy. And before we make our departure, just know that you can come back and return anytime you want, just like we did today. You can pull this video up and come back anytime that you would like. And then we drift back to our residence or wherever we are in the physical form. We take that journey back. And then we come back present with our new vibrational upgrades. And you can begin to open your eyes and wiggle your toes and bring your energy down below the belly. Come back into this present moment. How are you feeling? How amazing was that? Oh, I feel so good. I did not want to leave. And to be honest with you, I have not left. Like, there's a part of me that has not left yet. How are you feeling? Let me know how you like this meditation in the comments, and please share this with someone that needs these upgrades and these activations, because in order to be a feminine force, we are always surrendering to the upgrades and the activations. And there are so many opportunities for this that are available to us. And we can ask for these opportunities and upgrades to be shown to us and to be given to us at any time. We have that power. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. One love.